As Florida gets set for the balance beam here in rotation number 5, they're currently third. They present themselves to the judges. Things are beginning to take shape a little bit about how this might turn out as Auburn goes to vault. Georgia to the uneven parallel bars. Florida, Kentucky on beam and floor respectively. Alabama sits out this one. We will see freshman Kristi Boyte for Auburn.
Kristi was nationally ranked at one point in the season on this event. She does a 10-0 start value, high calf, very short on that landing.
And a score of 9.7 for Kristi Boyte on the vault. She anchors Auburn's effort in rotation number 5. Marline Stevens goes to the uneven parallel bars, looking for a score at or near her season high of 9.925. Georgia's in good shape, leading this competition right now.
2 release moves in a row, a Shikashikova, all the way through to a shoot over, down to the low bar. Oh, she left out a major release move right there. She's supposed to do the Tkachev. You saw Jay standing in there to spot her. She's had some problems with that, a mental problem actually in practice. Full in, back out. She will not have a deduction for not going for the skill, but there may be a problem with her start value.
Marline Stevens with a 9.8 short of her season and career best. She is a freshman after all, but it'll be a pretty good score for Georgia on this apparatus. Another look.
The skill was supposed to come right there into the straddle back. She chose not to do it.
And now we move over to Lindsey Minor on the balance beam for Florida. A very difficult mount, similar to that of Andrea Pickens.
Actually, it's the same mount that Andrea did. Answering layout, solid right on top. Picks up a 1/10 of bonus right there.
Florida's mentioned currently third. They're in a little bit of a tough position here on the balance beam because Gabby Fuchs, normally rock solid, had a fall on the beam. So they're going to have to rely on Lindsey Minor and the rest of the team to hit. They're to hang on or improve their position.
Really pretty jumps there, but a wobble on the landing.
Such a pressure situation on balance beam when you have one athlete fall, and it's so easy, shall we say, to imagine that that is it's difficult to stay on this apparatus.
The margin for error is so small on this event. She hung in there, a great routine.
9.85 for Lindsey Minor. In the face of pressure, she delivers very well indeed. There's Gabby Fuchs in the background. You can see a little bit disappointed. A look at Lindsey Minor and that Andrea Pickens-like mount. Florida hanging tough. Out of Dayton, Maryland, she goes to work.
Take a look here. 3 release moves in a row, hop full to Tkachev, back down to the low bar, right in handstand. If there's a problem, it comes right here with her endurance. Giant full in, back out. Not a problem tonight.
Oh, indeed. And all of her teammates, Suzanne Sears and the rest, come over to congratulate Kathleen Shrieves. A nice score on the uneven parallel bars, and now the whole team gets into the act. Georgia Gym Dogs out in front here as rotation number 5 continues. They're just trying to feed on the lead.
This is definitely a clutch performance by Kathleen. There's the full and back out dismount. Not a movement on the landing. Certainly built some excitement for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Florida's Hillary Thompson holds the all-time high score for her team on the balance beam. She gets set to go under the watchful eye of Coach Judy Markell.
Crowd is roaring. She has to stay focused. Nice unique mount on her shoulders. every noise out. 2 foot, layout 2 foot. Tumbling on the beam as if it's the floor. It's pretty incredible. Hillary's always had the skills, but she's had to work on her form, and that's something that she's paid particular attention to this year, and she's doing a nice job.
As a junior, she'll have another year and hopefully go out with a bang in her senior season of competition.
Hillary takes a lot of pride in her gymnastics, and she's a very intense competitor.
Florida needs everyone to hit.
Oh, and a solid routine with a big dismount. Would be a good score for the Gators.
Another 9.85. Hillary Thompson equals the score set by Lindsey Minor a while ago. And yes, the Gators are doing well here on the balance beam. Currently third in the competition. Kentucky with a big hole in their lineup. Julia Gore.
Julia was having a strong year until she suffered an ailment to her foot or her leg. The doctors are still trying to pinpoint exactly what's wrong. She traveled with the team to support them on the sidelines, but that's a big hole in their lineup without her. After all, she's last year's SEC Freshman of the Year.
Watching the queen of the balance beam, Mindy Smith, work on floor exercise, and she has 39 feet 8 inches more room in both directions to work here.
Front pike through to triple full, a little bit flat on that. She's unable to complete all 3 twists before the landing. Be a slight deduction there.
Mindy is very good at floor exercise. She's very, very good on the balance beam.
Showing off some of her signature jumps right there. Front full round off layout. It's an interesting pass. She does a wonderful job of showing off her dance, and she's such a high energy athlete.
Kentucky's put up some pretty good scores in floor exercise so far. They're making a run at Florida and at LSU for that number 3 spot. Florida third, LSU fourth right now. Kentucky currently fifth.
Ending with a 2.5. It's skills like that the coaches were talking about in yesterday's practice. We're seeing some big things from this Kentucky team.
Mindy Smith finishes it up at the SEC Championship with a 9.875 for floor exercise. Another look at a tremendous athlete. Cory Fritzinger getting set to go on the uneven parallel bars. She scored a perfect 10 against North Carolina early in her freshman year on this apparatus.
And Kathleen's 9.95 just prior to her really sets her up nicely to possibly get a 10 here.
The judges have left a little bit of room. Fritz. There's the 9.95 for Kathleen Shrieves being shown to the crowd.
2 pike uprises. She did a Tkachev. This is her signature combination work. Eagle Giants. Shoot to handstand on the low bar. She is hitting everything right on.
She had that tough night against Auburn. She had left her grips. Remember, she was breaking in a new set of grips. That was just one problem she had. No problems here tonight. 9.95 for Cory Fritzinger equals that of Kathleen Shrieves. And the Georgia Gym Dogs are building on a lead.
You can really tell when Cory is swinging with confidence. She is so aggressive. And this is a tough skill right here. Eagle Giants right into her dismount, a double front, half out. Just a tiny misplacement on that landing.
Carol Waterhouse on the balance beam with the last word from Judy Markell and a big smile.
Judy always looks so calm, especially even at intense competitions like this. And the athletes really really feed off of that. When your coach is relaxed, it helps out a great deal.
Very relaxed was Judy Markell. We talked to her prior to the meet. She was fairly glib and outspoken about such things as the neutral site, whether they were going to win. We heard a lot from Judy during the course of this broadcast and before. Little problem there.
Struck her shoulder slightly. She wanted to connect 2 of the jumps, the switch leap to the wolf jump. She made the decision not to connect it and then added another jump after the wolf jump in order to meet her requirement of having 2 jumps in connection.
Kara Waterhouse anchoring for the University of Florida Gators on this balance beam apparatus. 3 9.85 scores in a row preceding her performance.
Very nice. Wolf, 3/4.
Lindsey Minor, Hillary Thompson, and Jenny Caro putting up 9.85s.
Kara's competing with the maturity of an upperclassman. It'll be amazing to see how well she does as an upperclassman with all this valuable experience. A double back, 1 step on the landing. A really solid routine.
Kara Waterhouse finishing up on the balance beam with a 9.80 for the Florida Gators. Teammates are right there to congratulate her.
She power hurdles into this double back, getting beautiful stretch down the beam. That's a big dismount.
And we move back to the floor exercise. Freshman sensation Aronda Primault for the Kentucky Gymcats.
And I spoke to assistant coach Mo Muhammad earlier this year. He was very proud of his athletic freshmen. Aronda's one of them, opening with a triple full. That was huge.
Aronda playing to Mo over in the corner right now a little bit.
Step out, front handspring to a Rudy. That's a front layout with a 1.5 twist. Showing nice difficulty in both her backward and forward tumbling.
Aronda started the season pretty strong. Kind of had a dip sort of in the middle. And towards the end here, we've seen a couple of good meets from her. And she's really coming back strong.
Especially in the all-around. She's put together a couple of good 4-event meets. We'd like to see that.
Final pass.
Something that Leah's had to work on with her is her presentation. She does a nice job right here.
Aronda Primault. Another one of those very talented freshmen in the SEC this year with a 9.875. That's the 3rd one in a row for Kentucky. So they put up a 49.3 team score on floor exercise. Georgia still setting the pace with a 49.5 on the uneven parallel bars. They're strutting their stuff here in Bartow tonight.